Excuse me. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I was muted. Hopefully you can hear me now. I'm really excited today. Welcome to That Many's Paint Show. We're going to be painting this big armored brute today, Anval the Thricedamned from Reaper Miniatures. Kind of excited to get this going. Hey, Firefly 314. Good to see you. Thank you so much for saying hello in chat. So let's get going right away here. Let's get some music kicking in here. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Okay, so maybe we should do something a little more. There we go. No. What are we going to do here today? So part of the questions I'm going to be asking today is based on this armored figure. Should I paint this guy up dark and scary? Should I paint him up as the glorious champion of evil that he is? What do you guys think we should do here? Because I'm thinking there's some opportunity there. And I would love to get your inputs, my friends. Anything at all. All right, so let's switch over to paint and host cam there. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see everything we're doing. So we're going to be working this guy right here. So he's a great miniature. He's fantastic. He looks really good. He is probably going to be a big bad evil bad guy's right-hand man if he's not the big bad evil bad guy at some point. So we think this is going to be a pretty good choice here. So the other thing that we really like is he's got a giant choppa. He's really well positioned, and he looks like he's going to be looking down on everyone he's going to have to fight. And he's in position so that when he's looking at you at this angle, he looks like he could swing that big hefty axe at any point in time. So thoughts and ideas are welcome. And then I've still got 6 dogs down here that for the right tipping amount, you can pick the color of the dog. So do we go with his armor plates being a dark metallic iron, or do we do these metallic plates with a lot more embellishments? I'm really intrigued, and I think I'm going to do his skin in a little bit of a pale blue-gray color. I think that's going to be the right look for this particular character. He's pretty beastly in size and scale, so. And then some leather as well, it looks like. Thoughts? Burgundy. Burgundy armor? That's a paint color. I mean, we could do that. Doesn't really fit, I don't think, the metallics of that. I could do some burgundy accents though. Would you like to do some burgundy accents, Firefly 314? I could be down. A little bit of burgundy. Yes, no, maybe? There is no cloth on that armor. No, there's a little bit here and there. He's got some belts. He's got a leather strap across the chest. He's got a little bit of leather back here and a little bit back here. That's about it. I mean, it's a good accent color. I could probably also do some leather across this bottom piece here if I didn't do that in a bronze. You know, I could do a really weapon bronze color if you think that would work best across the armor. Good accent then. Okay, so we're going to pull some burgundy. What's a good burgundy color we've got here? We've got this deep, dark, chaotic red, and from there I would highlight that with Abomination Gore. So basically we would start with chaotic red, Abomination Gore, and then a super thin highlight of vampire red. So we've got our tricolor combo here. Get that going. Get those shaken up a little bit there. All right, but I like to do my metals first. So I think with this particular character, I'm gonna amp him up just a notch. I'm gonna do plate mail metal, and then I'm going to do a dark tone wash on it to darken it down. So that's pretty much what we're going to go with today. Instead of rough iron. I think that contrast with the light gray-blue skin would be a real nice touch there. So there we go. I'm going to be working with the Wargamer Regiment brush, my favorite brush. Get just a smidge more water in here to thin it down a little bit. Okay, I've loaded the brush. I'm gonna thin it down just a notch here. And I'm going to start with his shoulder pauldron. So, what are you guys working on today? Out there in Painterly Land. Because I am excited to hear from you guys and find out what you guys are working on. Good accent, yeah. That burgundy's gonna look really good when we throw that on there, I think. You know, this music needs to be bumped up a notch. Let's see what we can do with that. There we go. There we go. Something really to get me back into the paint action here. There we go. Perfect. And the chainmail. So let's see here. Talk me through what's going on this week, folks. What's in your TTRPG games, your miniatures table? What are you guys working on? I want to hear from you guys today. All three of you. Because we're doing a lightweight today. Get this stuff knocked out. Kind of looking forward to those days when we're going to be back around the table with our friends, and they're going to be seeing these miniatures at the table harassing the adventuring party. Just one of those things I get excited thinking about is playing with my friends. Salamanders have been sitting in a pile of shame for way too long. Oh, dude, definitely don't be in that situation. What's stopping you from painting those salamanders? It's one of those miniatures that are really good to paint. They've got that great green and black paint color scheme. There's nothing wrong with those. Love painting me some salamanders. The biggest challenge with salamanders for me has always been the red eyes. There's no Warhammer community here in my part of South Carolina. I know that's a lame excuse, but I'm in it for the community. Well, you know, hey, I'm kind of in it for the community too, because like the whole point of those games is that they're a social game you play with your friends. I'm sorry that there's no Warhammer out there, because South Carolina is amazing. And they do have quite the community out there, if I recall correctly. Big fan of the community, as a matter of fact. Get these arm pieces done here, and then we can take a look at his helmet and go right in from there. Next up, get these knee bits. Basically, every part of this guy looks like if he hits you with it, it'll hurt. And I don't think that's an accident. Especially a guy whose name is Anval Thricedamned. And this guy basically has every point he could hit you with is set up to hurt you. So he's definitely doing his fair share of kicking, skull cracking, and all the stuff that goes with that. I would not want to be kicked by this guy's boots. They just look painful as can be. We were doing quite a bit of Neverwinter Nights stuff the other day, playing my first game of Neverwinter Online. Not Neverwinter Nights, but Neverwinter Online. And that was quite interesting. And then, because everybody who was watching was helping me figure out how to play the game. I was getting my butt kicked so bad for a while, just figuring out the controls. But eventually I got it figured out. It was challenging to say the least. But a lot of fun. Everybody pitched in and helped me out. It was so helpful. And then a whole bunch of other cool stuff coming in as well. So getting these blades knocked out. Let's see here. What am I planning for what here? What are we talking about? What did I say that made you ask that? I'm sorry. Forgive me. In terms of... Upcoming projects and games. So, okay, good question. Good question. So what am I planning in terms of upcoming projects and games? So I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff knocked out for some upcoming stuff for some tabletop streams, as you know, for tabletop RPGs. And then we've got a whole bunch of other cool stuff planned that are coming out right now for new shows. So you may have already seen a little bit of teased out on social media, but we've got some cool shows coming for The Mists and some other cool stuff as well. And then we've got some other shows that are coming up for a really cool RPG setting. It'll be our third heavy-duty RPG setting. Actually, our fourth after The Mists gets launched. So it'll be another completely new world to us and our shows that you can explore that is amazing. And the cast and crew are some amazing folks. They do a lot of different stuff, but they do cosplay, they do TTRPGs, they do a whole bunch of stuff, and they're all really just wonderful human beings. I'm excited to have met them recently and got them moving in the right direction so that we can put something cool together as a team. Let's see here. And then last but not least, in terms of cool projects coming and stuff to go with that, is we've got the new show that just came out called Initiative Quest, which is kind of our TTRPG and video game series where we play cool video games, both old and new, that were inspired by TTRPGs, tabletop actual role-playing games. So things like the recent show where I did Neverwinter Online, and people helped me out. That was, Initiative Quest. And the name came from quite a few people. I'd like to thank everybody on the cast and crew who at the Games Tavern who helped me figure out a name and then work with it, including the logo. So basically there were at least 4 people combined who actually helped us with the name and the logo. So without that, I don't think we'd be anywhere close to being done with that online. And then we were sponsored for the next 7 days by a particular company for another show altogether. I won't mention who that is, but if you watch, you'll see. But anyway, that's what we're working on. And then, you know, I've got my Friday night game and stuff like that too, while I also do everything else that I do in life. And then also pre-planning for the next charity event in fall. So already looking at our fall charity and what that's going to look like. In the short term, I am doing another charity event coming up here June. It's June 12th. Hold on a second here. Yeah, it's June 12th. Let me see if I can't find that on social media and share that with you folks, because that's actually a pretty cool charity thing that we're doing there. Let me figure that out here. Oh yeah, that's not supposed to do that. Let me do that right here. So yeah, I'll be doing a cool charity event where, as part of that charity, we are basically I'll be playing in a long game where you can actually help my character either get levels or extra goodies so that I don't die right away. Let me pull that up. Let's see here. And what I'll do is I'll share that in the chat. If any of you guys want to support that effort, I certainly won't be mad. It's kind of hard sometimes getting all that support when you've just done a major charity, but it's a good cause. It's for a Wounded Warrior project. Certainly not something I would complain about. So let's see here. I want to, here we go, share this. And from there I will put it in our Twitch channel chat, which I can do from my phone thanks to the miracle of amazing technology. So we're going to settle it back down here a little bit and get our next little batch of stuff in here. So excited to see this happen here. Let's see here. Manage my channels. Yeah. Boom. Live. Yeah. Here we go. Chat. And drop this in, and you guys will be able to see that right away. Boom. There it is. So you can see that. If you guys are interested in supporting that effort, I would love to see you guys there. The more, the better. Certainly keep it up. Oopsie. Alright, and now I'm going to do this shoulder pauldron bit right here in this color. Done. And the knee part is done. I may do some touch-ups here later, but it looks good. And the last little bit here is this upper pauldron. Gotta just be a little bit careful because I don't want to spill over into my chainmail silver here. But I do want to cover the pauldron and get it done right. Now comes the challenging bit where we get this in here and make it work. Oh, snap. You guys didn't tell me I wasn't there. Ah, sorry about that. Next up, getting this big spiky bit done right here. I may wind up putting some blood spatter on this guy, but I just don't know yet. This is one of those miniatures that has a lot of character that you can add, as well as just plain character in general. You're kind of spoiled for options here. This is the final bit, his skull. He's got a very Judge Dredd style helmet, which I kind of like. I forgot to get that elbow pauldron. All right, keep getting this elbow done. Definitely interested in how you guys might do your armor. So if you guys do your armor a little differently, hit me up. Tell me how you do it. see what we can do to get to show this off a little bit to some other people who just watched what we're doing here today. Hey, if you're in chat, just say hi. We'd love to get to know you if we haven't already seen you already. And let me know that you're there. Hold on one second, because it got just really quiet in chat here for just a few minutes. It's like there was a mass log out and log back in, it looks like, so let me know. People are slowly starting to trickle back in. So as we get ready to paint, what we're going to do is get some social media set up here so you guys can see us get this guy done here and let other people know, hey, we're up and streaming. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that not everybody knew we were back up and streaming, so... Let's see here. Let everybody know that we're here. Get everybody excited to be here. Let's see here. Oh, how hilarious is that? Oh. There we go. Jeez. All right, getting it going. Hopefully we see some new faces today as we get this going and just make it happen. So, uh-oh. Something wanted to kind of buckle down for a little bit here. Uh-oh. Boom. Alright, any place else I need to get a little bit of this bronze action in. Just doing some light touch-ups to the areas that might need just a smidge more. Yeah, that's good, that's good. And yeah, I think that covers that. Just making sure there's no metal bits left that I haven't hit yet. I think we're good. So next up, what we're looking at is what's going to create that nice leather look that we're going for. And that's what's coming up next. So for the leather, I kind of want something a little brighter, but I think we talked about burgundy. So I think we're going to do the burgundy. We're going to do chaotic red to start, and then work our way up to brighter and brighter colors. So, chaotic red's got a nice look to it here. That'll be a nice dark, rich burgundy here. Will that contrast too much with the grays and light blues of the skin that I was going for? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I did miss some silver. I missed some chainmail, and it's very important I get all the metals done first. So I gotta just hit this one little spot here. A little dab will do ya. Then I'll go back to that red. Brush loaded up right. There we go. There we go. That's complete. Kind of half the battle is just making sure you get everything done. For those of you who don't know, I shaved my head for charity. There's the reveal. Enjoy. A lot of people didn't expect to see that today. Whoa, a little heavy on the color there. Is going on super thin, and I'm wondering what's going on here. This shouldn't probably be this thin. Well, I can layer up, but that's awfully thin. I think I'm gonna need to do some more shaking. There we go. That's a lot thicker. I can hit it with the thinner stuff after I get the initial coat on. But there is a certain viscosity I like to work with. And we just weren't there. Thinner down a little bit here. There we go. You guys can see that okay, hopefully. As we work it in, we're just going to get this burgundy in that was suggested by Firefly 314 and get it going. can do is I can do every leathery bit in this same burgundy color and be pretty happy, I'm sure, with the results. Got just a smidge on the silver where I didn't need it to be. Gotta fix that a little bit. I wonder what leathery animal came out this burgundy color that they strapped on the belt from. Because that would be a cool thing to discuss in the fantasy realm. Where did he get his leather belts? You know what I mean? Where did he get them? Where did he get that belt? What made it this burgundy leather color? Is it a red dragon? A fire drake? What kind of creature did he rip it off of? Get that in there. Hey, Jackman Rooney. Good to see you. What's that star for? I am sub for this channel. Oh, okay. Hey, Luke Thomas. Good there. Good to see you, man. Ding dong, Margaret. Jackman Rooney, you have some of the funniest stuff. Good to see you. Firefly314, if you're still around, just say hi. Introduce yourself. Hey, Luke Thomas. Good to see you too, buddy. Luke Thomas is often a guest on this show. And I believe during the charity stream. Oh, you love my cut? You love the haircut? Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I could use all the support I could get, man. I was wearing a hat earlier because my head was cold. Hey, friendly neighborhood chick. Good to see you too. Yeah, it's some, some synth low fidelity, a little bit goes a long way. Let's see here. Get this leather bit right here. I had some dubstep on earlier. Oh man, I tell ya, sunscreening is no joke, man. So I only wear hats outside. I don't like having my bald cap skull in the hot sun getting sunburned, because the last thing you want is to have hair growing out where you have sunburn. It is a horrible thing to deal with. It's just not fun. And huge part of why I usually don't get it this close when I go extra short in the past. Is just because I do know when I was in basic training, this one guy had his hair short, and his hair didn't grow back as fast as some other folks did. And in his case, poor fella, he got some real bad sunburn on his skull, and that was just not pleasant. So, Jack Rooney, really bad sunburn, 212, had both arms peeling for over a week, had to go to the doctors. They gave me a cream and a spray, and it hurt like hell. Yeah, you know, you probably had a 2nd degree sunburn, buddy. Sounds like a 2nd degree sunburn to me. Yeah. He had boils for weeks. What? Sunburn problems in our house. My son has been burning super easy with its medication thing. Oh, yeah. Aloe vera, boom, gone in 2 weeks. Yeah, aloe vera is wonderful for that. You know, we keep it in this house all the time because sunburns happen. It's just easier when you've got that in place. I'm going to try and find out if this is what I think it is. It is. That is a leather strap. Alrighty. I wasn't sure if that was a leather strap at first. One of the reasons I love this model is to kind of give you an idea of the size and scope and scale of him. This is him next to another miniature, and you can see he's a head taller than the other guy near him. It's a fantastic miniature in terms of just the raw size of it. This character is called Anval Thricedamned, and it's from Reaper. It's a fantastic one. I don't know that aloe vera tastes good, Jack Rooney. That's a kind of a scary thing there. Wizard Sorcerer combo. Wow, that's an interesting combo. I don't think I've seen that one used very often. Very focused. Very much a focused arcane talent there. But does that mean you could change your wizard spells like you could your sorcerer spells? That's yeah. Aloe vera drinks. That sounds interesting. It sounds like a cucumber drink. Intriguing. You have me intrigued. Because I do love me some good cocktails too. Let's see here. I don't know which one is the right option. Oh, sorcerers? No, sorcerers are full casters. They're full casters, man. They're just a different flavor and style of arcane caster. Luke Thomas. Yeah. I mean, what do you want to do? That's an interesting bit with sorcerers. It's like they have what's called meta magic, so they can take their spells and then do some different things with it. Like they can make it not hit their friends. They can make it, instead of not hitting their friends, they can change the type of damage it does. So some other cool things. Yeah, a lot of clerics and stuff. Yeah, I could see you doing that. Let's see here. You know, this is the first time I've noticed it looks like he's holding something in his hand. I'm curious what dastardly thing this guy could possibly be holding in his hand. Not his axe, the other hand. Let's see here. More diplomatic than brutal. Information from people through the mind. I guess with persuasion, high charisma, I guess. So a sorcerer focuses on charisma, which would automatically, get you in the right direction, because sorcerer uses charisma for its spell stats. And then, but I don't know if they have the magics to get into mentalism, kind of stuff. The essentially you'd be looking at enchantment and charm magics, or enchantment magics in D&D. Those are the ones you'd probably be focused on, which I'm not so sure how much that's in the sorcerer realm. I'd have to check, because I just don't play sorcerers that often. But that's definitely a place to be, and something to consider. Certainly not a bad idea. Let's see here. None super detailed. Yeah, the guides are there just to kind of give you a flavoring. Hey, Anonymous, thank you for donating $13.37. I really appreciate that. That's very cool of you to do that, whoever that was. Let's see here, retweeting. Yeah. It's like, there are multi-class options. However, when you multi-class, there are certain things at higher levels you wind up not getting, and so there's an opportunity cost when you do that. So just be careful when you make those decisions of what you might be losing in the case of that. So, let's see here. I need to turn that off. 1 second. Maybe I don't. Alrighty. What else we got going on here? So Jack Manrooney, what else you saying there today? Each time you level up, you can choose to take a different class, but obviously your max common is 20. Well, yeah, no, most of the time, yeah. So there's a number of ways to play, and starting with a group completely clear is absolutely okay. If you're not on the Games Tavern Discord, highly recommend checking it out. You can go to it right there, log in, set yourself up, and you can ask people how to play D&D and all sorts of other questions in the RPG chat, the D&D chat, or the Dungeon Master chat. There's all sorts of channels there. Ask around, say hi to some of the folks there, and let them know, hey, these are what we're trying to do here. Yeah, that's right. And okay, I didn't know you were already on. Definitely ask for help, and maybe you can even get into a game on that Discord or set one up, and some people there can there are some great guides that they would have recommended. I know who those guys would probably be from. But then on top of that, if you really want to learn to play, there are some great folks on there that can set you up and get you hooked up. Or even potentially just let you run wild and observe, and just, hey, don't forget this, don't forget that, and just be helpful behind the scenes if you want. So. The real heroes of a game are the Dungeon Masters, because they do so much extra work to put all that together for the other players, and they also typically have to spend way more money to get all that stuff put together, to do a real amazing job that everyone else will look at and go, oh, this is so amazing, why couldn't we do this all the time, and get everybody excited. And Jack Manrooney, normally Dirty Deeds would be on Mondays, but Luke Thomas, who would know, will tell you that, if I recall correctly, I believe they're off tomorrow because it's a holiday here in the States. However, Tuesday, the Vulcan Weave is on in the evenings, although that's really late your time probably. What's the bank holiday in the UK on Monday? I'm curious if it's the same one we have. It's Memorial Day here. Bank Holiday Monday. That's what it's really called? That's the YouTube channel, so you can check the VOD, the video on demand. Oh, Spring Bank Holiday. That's really crazy. I didn't know that you had Spring Bank Holiday. We don't have anything called Bank Holiday here. Nothing at all called that. The banks just happen to be on holiday at the same time for a national holiday situation here. Let's see, touch up. Some of the metals on this beast here are a little bit challenging. do this way, maybe. There. Let's see here. I remember not having to go into high school on a Monday. It was great. I was offered a shift tomorrow, but I screwed up my back at work. Oh, yeah. You know, back injuries are a tough thing. You gotta watch yourself for those. Who else is there today? Let's see here. Firefly 314 had us was here early and got to make some suggestions as to what colors we go with for some things, and so he selected burgundy for the leathery bits, and so that's what we've got here on this particular mini. I'm kind of liking the burgundy. Although I didn't think I would at first with the blue gray skin that we're trying to go with, so we'll see how that works out. Perfect. Let's see here. What time is Tuesday D&D thing? Time zone is Eastern US time. So Eastern Daylight Time right now. So you're on British Standard Time, so GMT +1? I thought British Standard Time was GMT. Oh, it's British Standard Time. You're not on British Daylight Time. Or, because GMT is usually what I thought was UK time. Interesting. Oh, British Summer Time. Oh, okay, so it's British Daylight Time, essentially, for British equivalent of Daylight Time. So, we're at GMT -4, I believe. So, yeah. Yeah. So, we are GMT -4 or GMT -5, I would have to check to see which one it is. So we're probably 5 or 6 hours different from you guys. Probably 5 right now. -4? Yeah. So, yeah, -4 because we spring forward. So it's almost 7 o'clock p.m. or 1900 hours, depending on which system you're using. I believe the British are on 24-hour clocks, so I speak either way. All these little straps I didn't notice until just now. Holy moly. Look at them all. Thanks to the miracle of capillary action, we can remove paint that ain't supposed to be there. With a brush. There we go. That takes care of the burgundy. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the handle on the axe. And I'm going to do that with a color called Oak Brown because I prefer darker colors on that. Let's see here. Yeah, 5 hours difference. Yeah, that's not too bad then. PST is when it starts to get a bit of... Yeah, totally. It's definitely more noticeable. I mean, what hours are you normally working over there? Thank you for the cheers, Jackman Bits. I appreciate the 69 bits. My paint. Okay. Yeah, we have other shows in the Pacific time zone that are coming out here soon, so those may be a bit rough, but the Velkin Weave on Tuesday is going to be an exquisite show. That's got legendary Dungeon Master Eric Minge and a very veteran crew of D&D players that are a lot of fun to watch. And they love to have fun playing Dungeons & Dragons, so definitely check them out. And we're also looking at putting together some shows in the European time zone as well. Those are actually, we were already in talks with different people, but we're always looking for more. So if you know anybody that's a streamer in the UK that wants to take a look at some show opportunities, we would love to talk to them. Alrighty, let's see here. Alright, take care, Luke. Good to see you. Get this in here for a brief moment. And wow, that's difficult to overcome, it looks like. So we got that done. All right. Yeah, it's definitely good to be able to, you know, be in the time zones that you can watch the shows you like the most. All right, so now I'm going to do something a little unusual. I'm going to hit this guy with some blue tone. And the reason I'm hitting him with blue tone is I want to hit those, you know, crevices in his skin and stuff with this and have that really show as a blue tone. And then I'm going to very thinly paint over that with a very light gray color and see what we can pull out from that. So as I hit this guy's chest and other bits, you will see the various parts of him begin to show in a very meaningful way. Where his skin is. And the idea is that it creates the shading effect we want, but then also lets us see all those physical details we need to see on his body before we hit it with a lot of other paint. There's like a couple times I've hit stuff with washes and said, you know what, we're done. We're absolutely done. We don't need to do any more. That is not the plan today, so we'll see how this comes out. And I tease this a little bit into the crevices and stuff to get it to go where I need it to go and apply the shading the way I need it to shade. But it does a lot of the work. It's all on its own. It's a great tool that way, as washes are. This is Blue Tone Wash from the Army Painter. And as I often make jokes, it's talent in a bottle in terms of shading. And it's a fantastic way to go. So. Alright, so right after I get this last bit of wash on his arms and hands and legs, we're going to take a quick break. So just a heads up that's coming. I posted my how it started, how it's going picture of me before my head was shaved and then after my head was shaved, and I guess that's getting a little bit of a reaction. 80,000 meals for hungry kids. That was such a great day when we finished that up. And the last little bit is this hand. This guy's hands are bigger than most people's skulls. It's in the same scale, which is one of the reasons this guy looks so imposing. Alright, so that takes care of the washes. You'll see just how blue he looks by comparison. We're going to tone that back down a little bit with some gray. So, as we get moving, we're going to take care of that real quick. When we come back, we will be on the finishing touches on this. and wrap it up. So let's go to a quick break, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Hey, it's Reed from the Games Tavern Happy Hour. Take a look at some of these cool faces that you're going to see, because they're some of the people we've already interviewed, and we've got a whole lot more coming up. They're tabletop gaming streamers, game developers, game designers, artists, and more. If they're in the tabletop space, we're probably going to talk to them at the interview table at some point. In addition to that, we also do tabletop game reviews, as well as accessory reviews, models, miniatures, unboxings, you name it. Plus, every week we provide you with the latest news and new releases in the tabletop gaming space. If it's involved with tabletop gaming, chances are we're going to cover it. You can see this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/thegamestavern on Twitch. And also, you can check us out on YouTube just by searching YouTube for The Games Tavern. We'll see you next week at The Games Tavern.
Have you ever needed quality images of characters for your games or stories, but couldn't find the time or assets to create them? Epic Character Generator comes to your rescue with lots of features. After launching the program, you can select a base character to start working on. Just pick a wardrobe and begin customizing it. At any time, you can jump to the settings to turn other packs on and use their content on your character too. There are certain items which not always fit together nicely. You can use the toggle feature to decide whether these items should be on top or on the bottom. You can use the coloring tool to give your items a unique look. A few items can deform the base body in a minor way, and others can make huge changes. How about moving around some decorations in the background? Or even the whole character to find the perfect composition? You can save your character as a data file and load it back later to continue editing it. You can export your character as a PNG image with a background selected from the program, or choose a transparent one. You can use it later in any environment. So, have you crafted your first character already? Epic Character Generator, now available on Android.
Hey, we're back, guys. Thanks for hanging out for the little bit that we had to do that quick break. I was able to refresh my water and get right back to this, so appreciate you guys hanging out with me a little bit. So as we transition back to this beautiful piece here, we're going to be doing some gray, and what we're going to be doing is the lightest gray I can find, which is probably going to be Stone Golem, is the color we're going to use here for this. We're going to water it down a bit and then go forward from there. So as we water it down, we'll bring it in. Let's see here. Let's bring it up a little notch here with some good beats here. Let's see if I can't find something a little different here. Let's see what we can bring in. Something a little more upbeat, but not quite that crazy. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let's do that one. All right. All right. Get this shaken up real good. Again, definitely taking questions. If you got questions, hit us up. Sometimes it's nice to have some upbeat music as you go. Let those washes dry a little longer, I think, actually. Oh, I saw where. Looks like, uh-oh. Had a little bit of a blue wash dot hit some of the silver plate mail, so got to clean that up just a notch. Just a smidge. There we go. The thing I like about these dropper bottles is I only put down exactly the paint I need. I don't have to put down a ton of paint that isn't going to hit what I need it to do. So it's worked out really well. One of the reasons I like the Army Painter. Just a little bit of work here. Take care of all that. Boom. All right. Takes care of all that. Sometimes you get a little bit carried away and you gotta correct. And that's what we're doing now. Just a little bit of minor corrections here and there. Just to not have stuff in the wrong place in terms of color. Because our goal is to have a flawless model, right? Kind of a helpful thing to have. Alright, so while I'm waiting for this wash to finish off drying, talk me through anything you guys are talking about or excited about today, because I'm interested. Tell me all about it. No? Yes? Maybe? I'll have to put that down as one of the ones I want to work on next. We're going to be doing some overlay updates to this particular show here soon, so you'll see some other cool stuff here soon too. So let us know the kinds of things you guys are going to want to see as part of those overlay updates. Some new alert boxes letting you know what's going on, stuff like that. So, hold on 1 second here, folks. Alrighty. The reason why it's so important that this wash dries beforehand, hey Graham Crackers, good to see you, man, is that the last thing you want is the wash to be wet when you hit it with the next layer of paint, because then it just smears it all over the place and it ruins the look of what you're trying to achieve here. So color-wise, this blue and red is by itself horrid, but once we hit it with that gray and tone it down a bit, that red will contrast nicely with the blues. It'll look really good, and then when we hit the whole thing with a dark tone, it'll really make it pop that much more. So I think you'll see the grays start to show even more so. What a challenging moment to sit here and watch this paint dry. You know, I think what I can do here is I will throw it out there to you guys. Hey Graham, are you painting any minis this week? Do you do minis painting? What's up? Graham is one of our great folks here who's doing a lot of really good stuff in the TTRPG space himself, and he's helping a lot of other cool people find their way to the community, and he's been awesome that way. Really appreciate you, Graham. And it looks like you're the number 3 bits donator ever, so congrats, man. So one of the other projects I was working on recently was this what's it called? It's in D&D. It can cause confusion when it stares at you. It's a beautiful beast. It looks kind of like a beetle, kind of like it's an Umber Hulk. So this Umber Hulk, what I was doing is I was working on a concept for a metallic Umber Hulk, that kind of like a beetle. And I kind of started it off that way, but I don't know that I'm going to keep it this way. I just wanted to play with it. And one of the fun things about paint is there's a lot of ways you can experiment and have a lot of fun playing with stuff. And so I had my fill and I did that. And now I'm going to go back and decide, do I want to retain this way or do I want to look at another concept? So, fun as that was. And then in the next few weeks, I'll be painting this bad boy up here too. He's quite scary, and he looks pretty angry for the most part. I'm not sure what he represents per se, but he's definitely a bad beast, a bad beast. You've got some minis, but you forget to add primers. That's a major no-no, man. You gotta prime those minis before you put them out there, otherwise you're gonna have some issues long term. So the paint will flake right off, so you don't want to do that if you can help it. So again, we're just waiting for a little bit for this wash to dry. As soon as that wash dries off, we're gonna knock out the last little bits of gray paint and get that skin tone a little less blue, but we wanted the bluish in the deep shaded regions and stuff to go with that. So. Alright, I think we're about where we need to be. Yeah, we are. I'm almost there. No, this is not Grog. This is Anval Thricedamned. He is a beast of a miniature. You could use him as a Grog if you wanted to, or a large beast of a dude. We're kind of going with more of a not quite alive look with this guy when we get done with him. I don't know what he'll represent, but he could easily be a angry, good or evil, depending on how you used him. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the name of the? What was it? Grog was. What's the race? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm having my brain not functioning today. Must be cold because I have no hair on my head anymore. But Grog was a... What was he? He was a... why can't I remember what it is? They've got, you know, so many great racial features too for that. Help me out, people. I can't remember. What was it Grog was? Goliath. That's what it was. Goliath. Grog was a Goliath. We're going to have to do several layers of this to really achieve the effect that we're going for, but it shouldn't be that difficult to do here once we get it going. Getting this guy done. Oh, man. It's a holiday weekend, so challenging streaming times, obviously, but you guys make it worth it. Boo 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 boo. This music is catchy. Should have done that a long time ago. You can already see the difference in terms of how the skin is showing up now as that gray is going on. It's really toned down that blue considerably. But that blue still shows through a little bit, which you want, right? Next up, we let that dry for a little bit, and then we're going to hit it again. And then again, and it'll just show through in those deeper pockets, but not so much in the high points where the muscles are at the high points and stuff like that too. So while I'm waiting on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out some dark tone, or strong tone as it's called, and I'm going to hit the armor and such with that strong tone. That way, while I'm waiting on the strong tone to dry and the gray to dry, I can knock that out and get a lot more done. So, and while I'm at it, I'm also going to hit the burgundy spots with that strong tone as well, and let that tone everything down there. But what I'm not going to do is hit the blue spots with it, because I don't want to mix these two up and create more problems for me long term when I go to do the armor. So. And the idea was to give this guy brighter armor than just, say, rough iron color, which is a beautiful metallic color, but I wanted this guy to pop just a little bit more. And thanks to a guy named Chris Yule, we have an amazing backdrop to photograph this guy on. Fantasy, dungeon, dwarven fortress kind of thing. That is amazing. And Chris Yule, you are an amazing human being for doing this for us. We really do appreciate it. And hopefully you're still watching the show, even though you're going way far away. Because he is moving to Taiwan to do some amazing stuff out there. So he could not bring this with him for that opportunity. So he asked us if we would put it to use on stream, and I said absolutely we would. We'd be fools not to. And so he hooked us up. So Chris Yule, thanks again, buddy. His helmet's kind of like the Juggernaut from Marvel Comics. That's the other interesting bit with this guy. Is he's got this helmet that just basically says most of my head is impervious. Go ahead, bring it, you know. And he looks like he really could do it. I messed up. There we go. Pull that wash right out. And now hitting the metals with the dark wash will antique them just slightly, which is kind of handy with something like this. For the blade here, I'm going to do a little something different because I've left the face on the blade, on both sides of the blade, white. So what I'm going to try to do is create an effect that looks a little bit magical as I do that with some of the color effects washes from, or the special technical paints from Games Workshop. So we'll see what we do there. There we go. And now that that's done, we can go back and hit the blue spots again with a light gray. Now again, I go super thin with this because what I'm trying to do is I really want to see the blue through this to an extent. So I go as thin as I can possibly go to still achieve the effect that I'm looking for and not lose all of that blue. It's a huge part of what we do here is to keep that rich detail showing on this particular model. It's not always easy. It is often challenging. But if it was easy, everybody could do it, right? And the fact is this is one of those things that anyone can learn to do, but not everyone chooses to just take their time with it. And that's all you gotta do. Take a little bit of time. Make that time work for you. See, I accidentally hit some of that dark wash. And now I gotta get it off of there. And that's the challenge. So now I gotta wait on a certain spot I can't hit. There's still too much dark wash in the crevice there that I might accidentally bump. All right. Almost here. Perfect. Now when you look at it, you won't see anywhere near that same level of blue that was there earlier. It's much, much cleaner than it was before. And you can see the skin tones showing much brighter there. Same with the back. The blue is toned way, way down, and you can tell right away. Much lighter, much more pale. And that's generally speaking what we were going for the whole time. slight touch-ups here and there as we get the last little bits done. To pull some of the super depth of the blue out, make it a little more gray. Alrighty, so now we're just going to let that dry off, and then we should be able to do the magic effects while we're at it. I'm going to be doing, of course, because he's blue in color, I'm going to go with some blue spell effects from the Games Workshop Technical Paint. This is the Nighthaunt Gloom, and we're going to try to create a glowing magical weapon effect. So hopefully we're able to pull that off today. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be. The whole point of it is I use the Nighthaunt Gloom technical paint, and I don't need a lot of it. I just need a little bit to do this on this weapon. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to paint it on really, really thin. And that's a huge part of how it works. And hold on a second there we go. And by going as thin as possible with it, it really brings out the whites as well, which creates that ghost effect. Okay, so but I'm not going to be stingy with it. After I hit the whites, I'm going to go ahead and hit the metal parts of this weapon as well and see what that effect can create for me, which probably isn't a heck of a lot, but you know, it's different enough that I want to see it in action. There we go. Maybe I should have left it white, but There is definitely an effect in place there. And then I'm going to use, because I already used Stone Golem as the light skin color, I'm going to use a little bit of Dungeon Gray for the base, because I like the darker gray contrast. Wow, that's just not coming out the way it should be. And then from there, I'm going to bring it up to ash gray, so it's a little bit lighter. There we go. Then while that dries, there we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Checking it for any other issues. How we doing today, guys? So anything you guys are wanted to ask about or questions on this, I'm always available. Thrilled to talk to you through it. Just gotta let me know what you're interested in learning about. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Little touch up. Little touch up. So you guys can see it better. It will eventually focus on this. It is not going to focus for me. I swear I gotta get that camera. I gotta get a high-end camera for this. Don't worry, we do take photos for social media that you guys will see, and you'll see it on the Discord as well, so you'll be able to see this shortly. And let's see if that does a little bit better. There we go. So you can see the mini in all of its glory right there. With all the look that it is. So as we continue to knock that out, you'll see how this is coming out. So it's actually coming out pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. And just a little bit, the last of the washes are about to dry. And then we can do a little bit of highlights. And just cut it and be done. We just did the base of it, so the base with its gray color, stone tile floor is about done, and then in a little bit we'll hit that with a lighter shade of gray, and then we should be about done. So again, we are taking questions, so if you have them, feel free to ask. I'm going to switch the music back a little bit to a little more of a lower jazz kind of sound there. And just find some zen as we lay it back and get the last of this little bit done on this beautiful miniature. Again, this miniature is Anval the Thricedamned from Reaper Minis. You can go to reaperminis.com and check them out yourself. Highly recommended. See a little spot on the inside of the back of the arm that I didn't quite get. I'm going to hit it now so we'll get it to match the miniature as a whole. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome holiday weekend. Above the wood in the middle. What is that above the wood in the middle? Like right here? That is the axe head. Coco H, good to see you. Thank you for following today. Above the wood in the middle right here and here are just Those are metal bits on the axe handle. And then, not sure what else you could be talking about here in terms of this mini. Oh, above the wood in the middle. Oh, right here to hold the figure. That's a sticky tack. It's a, I'll show you. It's not that big a deal. It's just a tacky material that we then take and, you know, I can show you how it works. So this is my wood handle. I basically just cut wooden dowels as I need them. I then take blue tack or sticky tack. This is gray tack for all intents and purposes. And I then roll it up and just put it on the you can put it on a top of a paint pot. You can put it on a wooden dowel. You can do all sorts of stuff with it, and just paint away. Just paint away. So you can see how I have it right here, nice and neat. And then I take the mini that we're working on, place it there, and boom, it stays in place. Pretty simple. Not a problem. Happy to answer questions at any point in time. So Coco H, thank you for the follow. We do this show every week. If you've never watched before, this is That Mini's Paint Show. I'm Reed. The reason my head is completely shaved is because I just shaved it off for charity. We exceeded our charity goals, and I said if we hit a certain amount, I would shave all my hair off for charity. And so yesterday I went into the barbershop and shaved off all my hair for charity. And that's what happens when you do that kind of stuff. So kind of an exciting moment. And the barber was really cool. So absolutely thrilled to do that for charity. Let me get this up here. There we go. Get that mixed up. Oh, it's not quite where I need it to be. There it is. That's where I need it to be. Sometimes you gotta mix it a little bit. Coco H, are you a minis painter? Or a TTRPG fan? What's your thing? Glad to answer any and all questions as they come in. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful holiday weekend and doing cool stuff with your family and friends. Alright, that stone flooring should be done. Excuse me. You speak little English. What is the name of the rubber band? It's not rubber. It's like this gray tacky stuff. So it's just tack. So you get a little bit of it like this. You take it and you mix it up, and that's what makes it work. You gotta work it in and then squeeze it together. Let me get this out of the way. Squeeze it together, and that's what'll get it to get sticky and then activate, and then it becomes sticky tack. So it's like a, it's kind of like rubber, but it's not rubber. You can get a brand called Blue Tack, and that sometimes helps as well. So hopefully you find that that works in a way that meets your needs. And when it sits for a while, you really gotta get it mixed together to get it to smooth out and rework and do everything, because it hasn't done anything for a while. So, but the more you knead it, because all this stuff was almost as hard as a rock when I started, and now that I'm kneading it together, you'll see it just starts to get real sticky real fast, and boom, it's now a fully functional batch of sticky tack. No problem, Coco H. Glad to help out. No problem. Where in the world are you, Coco H? Glad to get to know you, and glad to show you how sticky tack works. So happy to pull that out and give you a demonstration. Again, we will demonstrate things on request, unless it takes a lot of logistics to get it up and running. But happy to demonstrate different techniques, different tools, whatever you guys want to see, and get it done. Boom. Alrighty. So that's how sticky tack works. There's all sorts of little cool tricks in the toolbox if ever you want to learn it. So, just about setting up here. You have a business in figures a short time ago and learning more things every day. Oh, are you a miniatures painter, or do you make the figures themselves? Talk to me through it, because I'm all about that. I used to work for a company called Games Workshop, and I've helped a couple other companies back in the day as well. All about the minis business, wherever we can be helpful. All right, we're going to put that down and let that dry. I'm going to reset and center my sticky tack again. And see what tomorrow's miniature, or not tomorrow's mini is going to be, what my next mini is going to be. Which is probably going to be this fella right here. So the next mini I'm going to do is going to be this Duragard Dwarf. It's not one to focus, but you'll see it next week when we work on him. And then again, of course, all of our miniatures paint plans are loaded onto YouTube, or not YouTube. Well, there are loaded. This is loaded onto YouTube basically within about 48 hours or so, and then from there, what we do is we also take the paint plans of what I painted today, and I put that onto Patreon. So you can check out our Patreon at any point in time. Happy to make that happen for you guys. You'll see all sorts of cool stuff there. And that's really helped us out for getting things done. So check it out when you can. always excited to help my fellow hobbyists out and show them cool things to do. So, well, I'm not sure what that was, but that messed up here. That is an old charity stuff. So we are doing charities, but yeah, you get the idea. Here we go. There we go. And we'll just remove that. Although it is wonderful if you donated to that, it's not necessary. Here we go. Boom. That's our Patreon. So if you want to get a hold of the paint plans to see how we painted this, you can go to YouTube, check it out. And then if you really like it, you can go to Patreon and see the paint plans themselves. All you have to do is be a member of the painter tier or one of the noble or royal patrons to get everything. So it's a great way to do it. So you only pay for the content that you want, right? You know what? There's one other little spot I gotta get some dark tone on. I just noticed it, or some strong tone. I call it dark tone for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's not exactly black. It's more like a super, super dark brown. It creates this amazing antiquing effect on metals. So let me just get that done real quick. Boom. And now to show you the final piece here. The miniature in all of its glory is right there. Boom. And now you can see it, and it's a fantastic piece. Highly recommended. You'll see this on social media here soon. Definitely keep watching, checking it out, and you'll see a lot more here soon. Any last minute questions? Because we're going to be ending here in about 15 minutes, as long as we have some questions. Otherwise, I'm shutting down earlier tonight to enjoy my holiday for tomorrow. Coco H, thank you so much for the follow. Again. All about your questions, should you have them. One of my friends just texted me and said the burgundy turned out well, so I really appreciate that friend who told me that. Thank you so much. I think it did turn out well. I look forward to posting that on social media. Again, we're going to layer up with some Abomination Gore and then some Vampire Red. Oopsie. Well, thank you, Coco H, for saying that I did nice work. I really do appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. We have such a great community here at the Games Tavern that it's nice to meet people who say nice things to other painters. I'm certainly big on encouraging other people to do their best and have some fun with it. Before I start working that Abomination Gore, I should probably pop in some Vampire Red. There we go. go. Now what we're doing is, actually I need to go with a thinner brush on this. What we're going to do is we're going to switch over and we're going to do some really thin highlights on the burgundy leathery bits. Brighten them up just a notch from the dark tone that's been added to them. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit to bring them up from where they were. So I've got a number of these little leather straps to hit, as well as the belt. Now, for the final touch, we're going to hit these leather straps with the lightest red. And I'm only going to hit the thinnest spots at the top of the strap. I'm not really trying to go thick. I'm going actually pretty thin with this. And I'm only trying to hit the top of the strap where the sun would hit it if the sun was there at the brightest point. And that's the challenging bit with this, is making sure you're thinking about light as you go, right? Oops. Whew. Almost made a mistake there, but was able to pull it back thanks to capillary action. we go. And she is complete. And that's how you do it, guys. You got to focus in on that. Just get those highlights done with that red. I know you really can't see it too well. Hopefully we can get it to focus here real quick. We'll be able to see it really well here in just a second here. Let me get our good rinse on this brush. And alright, so now that the brush is rinsed, I should theoretically be able to showcase that. And you can see the skin tone, the magic on the weapon, the various colors throughout the miniature that makes this work. And again, we're going to be taking some photos of this for social media to share it with you guys, as well as for the Patreon. So when you get a chance, check it out. Watch it when you can on YouTube, and you'll be able to do this yourself. The Patreon will have all the paints that we used and explain the techniques and the brushes that we used as well. So feel free to give us some feedback on Patreon or on the Games Tavern Discord. If you're not already a member, be sure and check it out. You can jump on right now and meet some really cool people. And with that, guys, I am done for the night. I really enjoyed sharing this time with you guys. Thank you so much for spending that time with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week on Sunday at That Minis Paint Show. Tomorrow, Dirty Deeds will be off for Dungeons & Dragons. They'll be off tomorrow for the Memorial Day holiday, but then we pick right back up on Tuesday with The Falcon Weave, so you can see all your favorite Dungeons & Dragons shows. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I don't know what that would be GMT, but I'm sure I can figure it out and start remembering that in the future. So see you guys next week, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and almost, 10 p.m. British Standard Time, or British Summer Time, and see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.